Oh
The
no, I did
only
it.
the only problem with Santino and Andy is this podcast. Well, hello and welcome back, filmmakers, friends, foes, to a podcast where we like to talk about movies. This show is a really easy concept, but I struggle with explaining it every single week. Before we get to that, though, my name's Andy Matsky, and that's
Santino Vitale.
uh, what's the guy you can do a good impression of now?
I can do because I've been sick. I can do Randy Savage.
Randy Savage.
So yeah, we're coming at you live from the video scope. Oh yeah, we this is the only problem, and it's the best movie podcast you've ever heard in your life. Yeah.
All Randy Macho Man Savage, all those words were like bouncing around in my brain in the
Mhm.
wrong order. I could not for the life of me spit that out. Uh yeah. And we're a movie podcast that's kind of like a weekly Mystery Science Theater 3000,
Almost.
but we switched the roles of being the Mads and the subject of the experiment. And we also
That's
don't
yes.
live riff the show, but it's kind of like MST3K because we surprised the other one with a movie. Uh,
Yes.
but in
But
almost
that's
no
the
other
only
ways.
way. Yeah, in no other way.
um, yeah, we run a tight ship around here. I wanted to let you know this is show related, so I saved it for the show. That this today I finally did something I've been meaning to do, and I cataloged all the ratings we've given shows thus far because
Oh,
in
nice.
like every episode we get to a point where we're like, wait, what did I give this movie that's kind of like this, so that like I can give a similar rating or base it off of that one. And I'll send you that Google Doc, or not Google Doc, Google Sheet, when I make it look a little prettier. But initially, there's like two
Let's make it look like
impressions.
Scarlett Johansson.
I'll make it look
Make
like
it a lot
Scarlett
prettier.
Johansson, or maybe make it look like
Amber Heard
yeah, Amber Heard. Yeah. Wow. Anyways,
or Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
or or like the Grand Tetons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Um,
Yeah.
but there's two observations I had. One, which they're both pretty funny. One, you and I, at the end of the day, end up rating these movies extremely closely to one another, which I think is funny because on a lot of episodes we have vastly different reactions to the movie. And then
Right.
we're like, and then I'll say a number and you're like, yeah, I agree with that. Or the
Mhm.
other way around. It's
Mhm.
like Troll Hunter to me is like the perfect example because it's like, I love that movie.
Mhm.
And you're like, being generous, I'll give it the same basic rating you did. Or we're like a point off. There's like
Right.
never that much of a difference. There, I mean, I could pull it up. There's a couple movies. I know the one, Hell House LLC. I torched for whatever reason and gave it a 2,
Mhm.
and you gave it like a 4, which I think is fair. I also think,
And I didn't like it. I want to be
yeah,
clear. I didn't
yeah.
like it, but it's not a 2. I've seen movies that are a 2, and that's not a 2.
And in listening through that, I was like, you're right. Like you, Santino, are right. Why did I give that movie a 2? A
Oh,
2 is
no.
like so bad. So I almost want to
Mhm.
correct that one to like a 4. And I also kind of want to officially correct the Mummy night, like our first episode, which
Oh,
out of
yeah.
the gate, we were kind of like blindly, where are we going to land in these ratings? I mean, we had a little bit of precedent. I gave it a 7.5.
Mhm.
And I think I gotta like officially amend that to like a 6.5,
Really?
7. Just because, well, think of it this way. The only other films that I've rated that highly are Prisoners, which is 8.5, which is my highest rating on this show, Godzilla 1954, and Raising Arizona.
Yeah.
So when you think Andy Matsky, these days you might think Raising Arizona and Godzilla, but you don't necessarily think 1999's The Mummy.
Yeah,
I
but
think
I
it's
mean,
great.
but that's my question is, did you enjoy it?
I did, but I
Then
don't think.
the rating stands. Like you
But
don't
my
have to
enjoy,
like
but
change your interpretation.
our enjoyments like land around a 6, and to give it a 7.5 is giving
Oh,
it extra points
I don't know.
that I don't
I
know.
would give it about a 7. It's a
Yeah,
modern classic.
I think like 6.7 7.
Yeah, I'd go
in that
higher.
range.
I'd go at like a
That's
7.
that's the other thing we do. We like never give one number. We'll go like 6 or 7, 4 or 5, 5.5, 6. So in trying to write down like one number for every episode was like so difficult.
Just write the point whatever.
I tried to stick with the low number just to keep things reasonable. Now here's a funny thing. There's 2 more things.
There's 2 more things, and then 1 more thing, and then 2 more things,
and 3 more things,
and then 5 more things, and then the episode's over.
Who do you think has the higher average number between the 2 of us?
Eva Longoria.
You're right. It was special guest Eva Longoria who has.
She has
the
a 9.
Ring.
Yeah.
No, who like averaging out all the movies we've watched?
I think you do.
You'd think that. But it's
is it
actually
me?
You.
Interesting.
Which is hilarious. And I think the big things that swing that are Hell House LLC. And there was one other one you rated. Oh, Frankenstein you rated higher than I did. So.
What did I rate Frankenstein?
6.4 was the number you said.
Oh yeah, it's watchable. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, 6.4.
What'd you give it?
I gave it a 5.5.
This is like a week and a half ago. I can't remember.
Dude, I was trying to write down what this upcoming episode is to add it to the chart because I wasn't going to go back and listen to it because I was using like transcription features on Apple Podcasts to do this mostly, and I couldn't remember what the next episode we're releasing like as of recording this was. I was like, what was it? And it's what we recorded a week ago. Yeah, it's Star Wars. Which, by the way, its 9th anniversary is the day we're recording this. And so it'll come out a day after its 9th anniversary.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's like we planned that, but not.
Maybe we did.
Maybe we did. I mean, you never know. Oh, and the other thing, the last thing I said.
The last of the 2 of the 5 of the 3 more things that were left.
Yeah, the last of my 2 things is more than once when we come to our famous trademark, does the movie have your heart? We have compared the film to a woman. in defending. Yeah,
I don't remember this at all.
More than once we've been like, I don't love it, but it's kind of like, when, and then insert some
you'd go out with her, but you wouldn't marry her. You wouldn't bring her home, but you'd have a good time. Yeah, no, I get that.
Kind of reminds me of my ex. Hard to read, but
hard to read.
Dude, when you guys were on the same page, it was like nothing else.
Yeah.
I don't know, I just found that quite humorous. So,
well, I mean, we are 2 wild and crazy guys.
We're 2 wild and crazy guys working our way through the cinematic wasteland that is cinema. And it's a circular definition, I'll admit it. But this week we are talking about the 1988 film Richard Donner directed Scrooged.
Yes.
Which is a film I had never seen before. It stars Bill Murray, Bobcat Goldthwait. Whoa, I said that name wrong. But we're going to roll with it. Bobcat Gold. I'm having a stroke.
Yeah.
But it's okay. And
Baldcat Goldtwink, I think is the name that you want.
That's it. It's also stars or features what's his face? Buster Poindexter.
Buster Poindexter, David Johansen, for those who aren't in the know. Karen Allen of the Indiana Jones fame.
Yes.
Which, Karen Allen is one of those that, you'd go out with her, I don't know if you'd bring her home, but you'd go out with her.
It made the movie enjoyable.
Yeah.
That Karen, extra enjoyable.
Extra enjoyable.
Yeah, just to be clear. Karen Allen,
Karen Allen's the only. I hated everything, but because she was in it, I was happy with it.
Yep. The end, right?
Yep.
We get
That's
to
the
rate
podcast,
these
guys.
now. Which I was about to send us down a whole another rabbit hole, but never mind.
Danny Elfman score.
Dude, okay, so the movie is a modern. Yeah, the movie's a modern 1988 retelling of
Scrooge.
Charles Dickens's Scrooge.
Yeah.
So we all know this is where another trademark of the show. If you don't know A Christmas Story,
Right.
Christmas Story.
A
Frick.
Christmas Carol. Hey,
Christmas
that's
Carol.
okay. Look, we've both been sick. Andy was puking his guts out. I've been
Yeah.
coughing until my
Health
voice
and
was
wellness
stopped.
update.
So
We don't really have much of either in the
Mm-mm.
last week between the two of
no,
us.
we're running on empty, guys.
We're running on empty. The last night when I watched this was the first night I felt pretty good in a while. And by in a while, I mean a few days. But still. So yeah, cut us some slack this week. Oh, by the
Yeah.
way, this it's so late in the episode to say this. It's our Christmas episode. Merry Christmas, because this episode comes out on the day before Christmas Eve, I think.
Christmas
Or on
Eve
Christmas
Eve.
So yeah.
It's Christmas Eve
Is it
Eve.
Christmas Eve or Christmas?
It's Eve
It might
Eve.
come
It's the
out on
23rd.
Christmas.
Or no, is it actually
It comes
Christmas
out on
Eve?
Christmas Eve. This
There
is
you go.
Christmas Eve.
We planned it, guys. We're geniuses.
This is Christmas Eve. So we are talking about Scrooged. I need to put the timestamp. Hey guys, welcome to where I put the timestamp for jump straight to Merry Christmas. And we're talking about Scrooged. I'm just repeating myself. I'd never seen this movie before. It's a modern retelling where Bill Murray plays a TV executive.
Cutthroat TV executive.
Cutthroat TV executive. And it's a Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also producing a live TV version.
Yeah, of A Christmas
Of
Carol.
Scrooge,
Starring
which
the
is-
Solid Gold Dancers, Jamie Farr, and so on and so on.
which like
John
is
Houseman.
also kind of a modern retelling, but not
Mhm.
like modern embellishments.
Yeah. It's a
Such
movie
as-
within a movie, which is always a fun trope.
Yeah, and it starts with this Danny Elfman score and a movie within a movie, an
Mhm.
ad for a movie within a movie, which
The Night the
I-
Reindeer Died, starring Lee Majors.
starring Lee Majors, which the movie started, and to narrate my thoughts, I was like, oh, I didn't know this was Danny Elfman's score, but I'm pretty sure it is. I was like,
Yeah.
you can kind of tell right away.
Oh, yeah.
In all the good ways. And I was like, okay. And then it's like the North Pole. And I was like, okay, I know this is a Christmas Carol retelling, but I guess we're including Santa.
Mhm.
Interesting. And then I kind of got wise to it being a movie within a movie. I think obviously when they like went to get the guns.
Yeah,
I
when they
was like,
start shooting at 'em.
Okay, this is, but like what's going on?
This is one Santa who's going out the front door.
So good.
One of my favorite lines.
Yeah, this movie is one line, one after another. I mean, it's a 80s comedy classic where just things get thrown at you. I mean, initial impression, I'm sure this movie, I mean, you talked about rewatching it a ton. I don't want to say it's helped by rewatchability, but like talking about it certainly does because of all the like we're only going to get to some of the lines that are just great in this movie. And I think I mean, I felt this way going into the movie, but I don't necessarily feel this way terribly so coming out. But it is worth noting that this movie has had the responsibility, the duty of being the 80s comedy that I watched after Raising Arizona, which I don't think took anything necessarily away from it, but and I don't even want to say it took adjusting like I thought it would be the exact same thing, but it was like we went from a movie that I like love to a new movie, and just like there was kind of a moment where I was watching and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm in the right headspace for this movie, which is normally the first sign of me disliking a movie. I was just like, okay, we gotta start new.
Yeah, this isn't the Coen brothers. This is something else.
This isn't a Coen. This is way more, it's just different. It's a different thing. But the movie started and it's pretty funny. It's that scene in the boardroom then?
Yeah.
That's pretty, like, we're just introduced to the fact that Bill Murray's character is a jerk.
Yeah.
He's a meanie pants. He's rude.
Wow, I can hear that train.
Can you hear that? It's because we don't have we don't have noise canceling on. We're doing things a little different with the audio this week, guys. Yeah, I live near train tracks.
That's spooky. At first I thought it was here, and I was like, oh wait, no, that's not here. That's
Wait, we don't have trains here.
Trains aren't real, Andy. Um, yeah, it's so we go into the boardroom and he's, telling everybody that this sucks. This is a terrible promo. We need to do my promo. And he shows them his promo, which is like, looks like the Manson family Christmas special. It's like, it looks terrible. Acid rain, freeway robbery,
Yeah, it's like
overdose.
his
Now of all
promos.
times, it's to know the true meaning of Christmas. It's like,
Yeah, it's like this nihilistic,
mhm.
just hilariously gritty.
Scrooge. What was it? You gotta watch it, or your life may just depend on it. It's like they're threatening you to watch this show,
Yeah.
or else. It's like you cannot miss it. They have to be so scared to miss it
Yeah. And then he fires Bobcat Goldthwait's
because he questions his
character.
authority.
Yeah. Which I love me some Bobcat.
Mhm.
He's pretty good in this movie. I think it's an interesting role for him because he's not 100% zany crazy until the way end of the movie.
Right.
And then it's just dialed up to not even 11 for Bobcat, I feel
Yeah.
like.
I think
Like,
it's just
pretty-
regular Bobcat. Mhm.
Yeah. The first line that I wrote down because I thought it was funny was Bill Murray gets like his secretary comes in and tells him that like the president's coming in from
Mhm.
upstairs,
Mhm.
and he like says call the police under
Yeah.
his breath.
Yeah. Mhm. Well, because
I
that's
think,
Robert Mitchum. That's
yeah,
Robert Mitchum comes in, and after he tells him, do you know how many dogs and cats there are that watch television? He starts going through that, and you know what's so funny about that is there are now whole TV channels since 2015 that actually do programming for cats and dogs. Like on Roku, they have like cat and dog TV. So like
I
that was
didn't
kind of
know that.
prophetic.
Yeah, that's kind of terrifying
Yeah.
that came true.
Yeah, there's so many little moments in the movie, even like when he's walking with him and they're talking, and Robert Mitchum gets in the elevator. He's like, "Oh, everything's riding on this," and he goes, "Study this," and he's got it in his hand, and the elevator doors are closing, and he reaches in and grabs it at the last minute, and it's like the playbook for what they're gonna do. I'm like, "Holy crap!" Like,
Yeah,
there's so much last minute stuff that's happening in this movie. It feels very, and spoiler alert, a lot of this. We'll get into this later, but a lot of this movie is improvised. There's a lot that's it's just happening.
yeah, and that I mean it translates in like a very in a good way.
It's very
I think.
spontaneous, yeah.
You kind of never quite know where the movie's gonna go, even
Mhm.
though it's a
Yeah, even
Christmas
though it's
movie.
Scrooged, right?
Yeah, like you never know you know where we're gonna go, but you don't know how we're gonna get there. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, some pet appeal.
Some
The
pet
line
appeal.
in that I wrote down.
Lots of fast random action.
Yeah.
Maybe remember Kojak and his lollipop? Maybe this detective could dangle a string.
Oh, it's kind of crazy.
Mhm.
Bill Murray at one point says, "I don't care," and I don't remember the context of that, but I did write it down.
Oh, I think that was when his secretary was telling him she had to leave early.
Yeah.
And he's like, if I don't work late, then I don't
That's
work
the
late.
line
That
from
part.
that I think is great. Also, is "We're indivisible."
Mhm.
That's
We're
one.
indivisible. We have to
We're
do
indivisible.
it.
I need to remember we're indivisible. The next
Mhm.
time that there's like we're in this together, that's
Well, so he makes his way down to the street. He gets in a cab. He's talking with his brother. That's, of course, his real brother, John Murray. All of his brothers are in this movie, including Brian Doyle and Joel. They're all in the movie.
wow.
And then he passes Paul Schaefer and
Yeah, and Miles Davis.
Miles Davis. And you texted me at 8:24. You texted me, and I quote, "Is that Miles Davis?" And I went, "Yeah," and Paul Schaefer. And you went, "Wow." Um,
You're not going to
I
include the
thought
fact
I'd
I
live
said
tweet that part.
we don't typically send really any live reaction
Mm-mm.
while the other one's watching the movie. I think the extent of it's been you sent me like a couple pictures from Hell House LLC
Right.
to the Abaddon Hotel.
Mhm.
Just and because the bar was so low with that one, it
Right.
was fair game.
But then about 10 minutes later, I send you a quote which this is jumping ahead a bit. I don't mind you shooting me, but take it easy on the Bacardi. How close was I to
You
that moment?
were probably a minute or two late.
Okay. I had a feeling about where you were in the movie based on the context of when you said, "Oh, it's Miles Davis." So I was like, "Okay, he's got to be either just hitting this or just slightly past it."
Yeah, because I like it's a great Miles Davis cameo, and I was like,
Mhm.
wait, is Miles Davis like in this movie? And
No.
the answer is no,
For
unfortunately.
2 seconds.
But he's in it for 2 seconds, and it's like, whoa, it's Miles Davis.
Mhm. So the
And
first ghost comes.
my first big laugh out loud is when Bill Murray grabs the gun and
Blam.
he's going bang, 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 blam, blam,
A
blam.
bango, bango, bam, pow, blam. That's
That,
amazing.
that got me, man.
That's one of my
But
favorites.
and it happens off screen too, I think, right?
A
Like
lot of it's off screen.
we're seeing the this first ghost show up and get shot,
Mhm.
and then we hear him saying it, and then it's
Mhm.
like reverse of him like going kablambo. Oh, so good. Uh, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
It's
So we go through the first ghost, and there's some fun moments. There's like that moment where like the mouse pushes the golf ball out of the back of his head,
Yeah.
and the practical makeup's pretty good. He's still in his golf gear from being out on the field, and he's telling Frank, you need to be, that's Bill Murray's character, Frank. You need to, you need to change your life. You need to be kind. You need to do all this. And then he like grabs him and pushes him through like liquid glass, which is an
yeah,
interesting effect, to the outside of the building. And they're on like the top floor or second from the top of like this really tall building in New York. And he just drops him. And then of course it's like all a hallucination or whatever. And he's in his chair and it's nothing's happened, but the phone dials itself and it calls Claire, his long lost love from a while back. That's Karen Allen, ladies and gentlemen.
um, yeah. Who shows up to
Yeah, she
check on
comes to
him?
set.
She's just so sweet.
Mhm.
She's just so kind.
And
What a
I
gal.
mean, that's really the core. This is where it kind of varies, I think, the most from the original Christmas Carol is the focus on the romance element. It really is more of a romantic comedy in that sense, which is something I don't. It's been a while since I've seen the legitimate Charles Dickens Christmas Carol, but I'm pretty sure that type of subplot isn't there.
There's no romance
I didn't think so.
in Charles Dickens.
So,
Christmas Carol.
that's kind of it's an interesting direction that this movie takes it in. And I think it's better for it. I think it's much stronger centering it around getting this woman back as opposed to just being like a better guy.
I mean, if it was just a modern retelling of the story of A Christmas Carol, I think it's an improvement to add that. I don't know if
Absolutely.
it's necessarily the improvement on like A Christmas Carol.
I think
Which
it
I don't know
is.
if it was what you were saying, but
I think both.
don't know.
I'm kind of saying both, but I think it helps it.
I don't think Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol would be helped by a romance subplot. But we can disagree to agree. You
Yeah.
know,
We can disagree to agree. I think that's true. But I think in this case, in this particular film, in the modern sense, I think it works really well.
that's what. Yeah,
Um,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
yeah. And so then we get another great moment.
Which, yeah, in that scene, I don't know if we're getting too far away from it, but it's the
Dancers.
but then he wants to staple the
Oh yeah,
thing. Well, the mouse shows up,
the mouse shows up.
and Karen Allen's character has been calling Bill Murray's character, whose name is Frank, Lumpy.
Yeah.
And this stagehand shows up and goes, I have a question, Lumpy. And he goes, nobody calls me that. And he says, I'm sorry, I'm new around here and I got a problem. And that moment, for whatever reason, was so funny. To be like, I'm sorry, I'm new around here. Like,
He's like,
this
yeah, I'll
old
bet.
guy.
What is it?
Yeah. But that's
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Prior to Karen Allen showing up, the censor is on their backs because of a costuming issue with the solid gold dancers. And there's a discussion about whether or not you can see this person's nipples. and there's this short, fat little stagehand that's standing there who delivers a perfect line. You can hardly see them nipples, which is a classic line, and that's also ad lib. That was not in the script. The camera was on him. And he's like, I'll just throw this in and see how it goes.
And Bill Murray says, and he's really looking.
And they're really looking. They're really trying. Great moments, great stuff. I don't know if that technically violates the boob clause. They are within the boundary of the cloth. So
They're in PG-13. I
There we go.
wasn't really looking, so I don't know. I let those guys do
you
the
could
heavy
barely see
lifting.
them. Yeah, you could barely see them. So yeah, Karen Allen shows up. There's this great reunion between the two, but then like she leaves and he moves on with his day. And he knows because he's been told by his Jacob Marley that the first ghost is going to show up that day at noon. But he has to go to lunch with his boss and with that LA slime ball yuppie guy who's always like dusting him off and squeezing his shoulders. I think that's John Forsythe. I'm not 100% sure, but the dude was in everything in the 80s.
Oh,
Character
I saw his name earlier. John Glover
Oh, that's John Glover. I wonder who John Forsythe was.
is that man. Did I
Nice.
lose you?
No,
Oh, here we are. Okay,
you were
we're
chunky
good.
for a second.
Yeah, we're all a little chunky every
Yeah.
once in a while.
Every now and then. So we get the restaurant scene. We get
Which, by the way, the LA slimeball guy seems to be a pretty nice guy.
He's nice
for
in a
most-
very LA way, though.
Yeah,
It's
but
very
he-
surface level.
But he also, there's never any like nefarious purposes actually given him in the movie, which I think is really funny.
Other than he's vying for Frank's position.
Supposedly.
Well, he kind of
Which I
pretty
think
much
is
says
funny.
as much at the end of the movie when Frank comes out in front of the camera and he starts chuckling to himself and goes, "He's finished." So he
That's fair.
intending on swooping in. But we get that little meeting there, and we get the hallucinations and the eyeball and the screaming and all the wonderful stuff that happens there with the guy on fire.
Yeah, Bill Murray's character starts hallucinating, but like this time it's not all a dream necessarily. He's just hallucinating what's around him.
Yeah. And he runs over and desperately throws water on this waiter that he thinks is on fire, but he's not on fire. Did you get the line, I thought you were Richard Pryor?
I did not.
Okay,
I did not. I was frantically scrolling IMDb trivia before we started recording, and I do get it
okay.
now.
Yeah, the setting himself on fire. That's a great moment. And the fall, when Bill Murray falls on the way out, that was not on purpose. You can tell just by looking at it. You're like, nope, that was a real fall. And we finally get the Ghost of Christmas Past. We get Buster Poindexter. How are we feeling at this moment?
I was like, what's going on? In like a good way. In like, where are we going? Who is this guy? I wrote, who the heck is this guy in my notes about Buster Poindexter because I did not really know what was going on. I didn't know, but it's good. It's good. Such a wild, very 80s character.
Mm.
It just feels like out of a fever dream. Like you plucked this. He's like a New York cab driving, a New Jersey cigar smoking,
short little leprechaun looking guy.
Yeah.
I think he even has pointy ears, if I remember correctly.
He might be vaguely elf-like.
Yeah. And he takes him back to 1954, 55 to see his childhood. And there's a couple fun little gags there with like him going through the door and Bill Murray not being able to phase through walls and seeing the past. And that's when Brian Doyle Murray shows up to play his dad.
Who gives him for Christmas veal.
5 pounds of veal.
Yeah.
Then go out and buy a choo-choo. He was so needlessly cruel, and I loved it.
Yeah, this movie is like very on the nose at times of just being like, we need a dad who's mean.
Yep, and then you got him. I'm only 4. You're like, wow, this guy's horrible.
Yeah, his mom's smoking while pregnant.
Yep, well, that's the 50s, man. It was the 50s. And so we get his whole backstory. We get like, oh, he had this sad childhood. He had escapism to the point where he never really did anything in life. He just always watched TV. And then when he's working at the TV station, which a fun detail I love here is they went through the trouble of making things look period correct, and they went through the trouble of doing a little additional makeup and hair extensions on Karen Allen to make her look young, because this is supposed to be like the late 60s. So they're supposed to be like 19, I think, if you do the math. But they did almost nothing to Bill Murray to make him look young, except they gave him long hair in the back, but they did nothing to his receding hairline. He's exactly the same looking dude then as he is in 1987.
he's just got longer hair, which we
And
set
bell
up
bottoms.
early. Yeah, we kind of like set that up because Karen Allen's character is like, I've never seen your hair this short.
Mm.
But it's really funny that it is like the same hair, just longer.
Yeah, it's just a mullet in the back, basically. Which isn't entirely like it's done for comedic effect, but it's also not entirely off base because if you look at Bill Murray in like 75, he basically looked like that. Like he pretty much always looked the same. And so we go through all that. We see their romance. She calls him Lumpy because she accidentally hit him in the face when they first met with a door.
Part of their romance is Bill Murray saying the line, "I've never liked a girl enough to give her 12 sharp knives,"
Yes.
which I thought was
Hey, that's a rule to
because they
live
fall
by.
in love. They fall in love,
Mhm.
and and he is so excited to give her this gift, and she's like, "Knives."
Mm.
Never liked a girl enough to give her 12 sharp knives. So that is a bar that I need to, young men, fellow young
Mhm.
men out there looking. You got to ask yourself, do you like her enough to buy her 12 sharp knives?
Do you trust her with weapons?
Yeah.
I that's quite a few I would say no. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
But we go through all that and we see that their relationship effectively fell apart due to the pressures of him trying to work his way up the corporate ladder. And then they separated for what, 15 years, 10 years, something like that, 15 years.
Yeah.
And so now we're back to the present. And then as we go through it, we just keep getting more of like him kind of wanting to go back to Claire, but then not fully.
Yeah, but there's like a scene that cuts back to like not a dream.
Mm-hmm.
He's back and he like goes to where she's working, which is like this homeless shelter, and then he's just a jerk again. Like,
Right.
There's been no like plot development, pretty much, or not plot development, but you know what I'm saying. There's been no character
Right.
development. Yeah.
I
No
do
plot
love,
development
though,
up to that point.
I love the detail though that he's so frustrated trying to find the place that when he walks in, they immediately assume he's also homeless and they put like
He's
a
like
blanket on him.
he's lost his mind, and
Mm.
he's like, at least I work in a place where you can easily find it. And then he's like, the homeless shelter's right there. He's all worked up. He's like so worked up that he's homeless. And then he starts acting for the
Yeah,
homeless people.
The homeless people think that he's Richard Burton and they want him to start doing lines, which that's a bit of an inside reference, but it still works. And then like it seems like they're gonna go and they're gonna go out, and then like those two ladies, which to be fair, and I said this out loud Sunday when I rewatched this again. I said this out loud, like those two ladies who come up and they're like, we don't have any turkeys and we don't have a fuse. It's like, you can figure this out. You don't need Karen Allen to help you. Like, do you really need Bill Murray was he was tough. but he
Frank
wasn't
Cross
wrong.
was right.
He was. He's like, you get some fuses, you go to the Home Depot. And then she's like, what about the turkeys? Like, they're at the A&P. If you look in the phone book, it's under A. And if it's not under that, it's under P. Like, this is not hard. These are very big girls. You can figure this out. Like, honestly, I've run into that amount of incompetence so much in my life that I fully sided with him on this one. You could have been a little more tactful about it, but there's no reason that Claire's character had to help them at that moment. It was not that urgent. They can figure it out. So it's a shame that that's what ultimately like pushes him back out the door, because
Is it
those
a shame
two,
because that's what like saves him as a character, as a person? Is it a shame?
well, he probably goofed it up later. I'm just saying that particular instance, I think he was correct. I would have probably said the same thing, maybe with the same amount of venom. I'm not sure. Get me on the wrong day, and
Yeah. Oh yeah.
he wasn't.
Tell
He
me.
wasn't.
Tell me about it.
Oh man. So then what happens? Let's see. So then, we get so they're working on the show. And then we get the Ghost of Christmas Present, played by the incomparable Carol Kay. Or Carol Kane. Carol, whatever the heck.
Carol somebody.
Yeah.
I'd check, but then I'd enter the chunky matrix again.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
She was amazing.
And doesn't her scene start with like there's a sign that says like
The Ball Breaker Symphony. Yes.
yeah.
Right. So not the Nutcracker.
And that gave me a clue like what's gonna happen. And then she just starts beating him up.
Oh yeah. Carol Kane. Carol Kane.
Like physically
Mhm.
starts beating him up.
Yeah. She punches
much
him, she hits him, kicks him in the nuts, like rips his lip. And I love that she's like, her voice is so high pitched, but she's just so violent, and it's
Yeah.
hilarious to me. And she's got those fake plastic wings and that like tiara and the whole thing. She just beats him up a lot.
Yeah, she's got fake plastic wings, even though like her character, I guess maybe she does fly, but like
She does
that's-
fly and she is
it's-
magical, but not from the wings.
Yeah. And it's like
She's dressed like a little girl's ballerina.
her character is pretty much like a cartoon,
Mhm.
like little terror of a girl, but it's a grown woman
Yeah.
who's in this like pasty white makeup.
Who's too old to be doing this. Even in
Yeah.
1987, she's too old to be this character, and it's funny.
Yeah.
And she's covered in glitter, and she takes him to the present and shows him stuff. And out of all that, and I don't know, I'll do a callback here and see if you remember it. But out of all that, one of my favorite things is because she keeps beating him up. She's like showing him his brother's house, and she's showing him his secretary's house, and like, look at how poor they are, and blah blah blah. And then when she's at his brother's house and he wants to stay because they're doing trivia and he knows the answer to the trivia and she wants to leave. And so she beats him up a couple times. There's two moments that crack me up. When they first arrive and she like smacks him in the face and he like yells, "If you touch me again, I'm gonna rip your wings off." That part kills me. And then right when they're getting ready to leave, she grabs a toaster and she goes, "Oh, look, it's a toaster," and hits him with it.
Yeah.
That part's hilarious. Do you remember when we were on the Jersey shoot? The only thing we had for breakfast that they packed that was any good was, I think, Pop-Tarts, because Courtney brought a lot of Pop-Tarts. And there was a toaster. Do you remember, like, on the third or fourth day we were shooting, and you and I were the only ones at that point in the farmhouse. And I went over to the toaster to put the Pop-Tart in there. And I just picked up the toaster and just spun around you. I was like, "It's a toaster." And you just looked at me like I was an idiot. It was early in the morning.
Probably. I'm gonna give that a no.
Yeah.
The Jersey shoot's an interesting one, and this is not our Small Town Monsters retrospective episode. But the Jersey shoot is a shoot I remember surprisingly little of for whatever reason. It makes it sound
You
like
blocked it out.
I was doing some hard drugs, but
No, I think it was
really-
like a post-traumatic stress. I think you just tried to
it's
push it out
like
of your head.
it's one of the more recent shoots I've been on. It's one of the ones I remember the least,
Hmm.
probably of any shoot I've been on. So
Well, suffice to say, I was attempting to make that reference. You'd never seen the movie, and it was early in the morning, and it just fell flat.
yeah,
But that's what it is.
that's fun. Explaining personal history.
Yes.
The only problem.
Well, that's what the audience is here for.
Yeah, that's what they are here for.
Yeah.
They're here for us.
Yeah. They've already seen the movie.
Yeah. So then what?
Then he's back in the present. And then it's showtime, and then it's the Ghost of Christmas Past.
Which, whoa,
Yeah.
Ghost of Christmas Past is something. It's like
Mhm.
this weird wraith with like a TV for a head,
Yeah.
but it works.
Which the when he first goes to get in the elevator, that's an amazing moment.
Yeah. At first, we think the Ghost of Christmas Past shows up
Mhm.
earlier, and so does Frank Cross, and he beats the crap out of it, and the assistant.
Yeah. And I think you would have seen that on the IMDb trivia, right? Like
Yeah.
he hit her, and that was not on purpose. Like you can see
Yeah.
it happen. Like she like holds her face and like staggers out of the shot, and you're like, "Oh man."
Yeah, but it turns out to just be a part of their production, and
Mhm.
then the actual ghost shows up. While we have to bring back Bobcat. Bobcat shows up and starts shooting with a shotgun because
Mhm.
he's been fired and his wife's left him and a whole
Yeah.
lot of things.
He's had a bad day.
And he's coming for revenge
Mhm.
with
Which I don't know where he got the shotgun or how he got past security to get all the way up to Frank Cross's office with a double barrel shotgun, which is also great because he shoots at him twice and then has to reload. And Frank has a perfect opportunity to like just rush him. And he does, but he just rushes past him and tries to get in the elevator. It's like, dude, he's reloading. He can't do anything right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, he ends up in the elevator with the Ghost of Christmas Past or future. Starts showing him all the bad stuff that's going to happen. And Calvin Cooley, the kid who's mute, who's the God Bless Us Everyone kid. He's the whatever. What was the kid in Dickens' original?
Jimmy Niblets.
Jimmy Niblets. Everybody, that's canon. So he's the Jimmy Niblets in this, and like he's in a mental institution in the future, and then like they show him Claire, and she's like,
yeah, they show. Frank Cross sees the kid in like a mental institution. He's like, "Oh, that's fine. We can fix that."
Yeah, we can fix him. We can fix him. I know a guy. He'll be out of there in no time.
Yeah.
But then he gets to Claire, and she's like, I don't know what they were doing exactly with like the makeup in that portion. It's very fantasy. It's very strange.
Yeah.
But she's like full hoi polloi type, like yuppie, doesn't want to be around
Snooty.
kids. Yeah, hates
Yeah.
children now.
Hates children, hates the homeless now.
Yeah, hates the homeless because
she took Frank's advice.
Yeah, to scrape them off. If you want to save somebody, save yourself. That's we should have said that earlier. That's a thing he tells her back when he's at the homeless shelter. Anyways, then he sees that, and then he sees himself dead in a casket, and then he's in a casket, and his feet are on fire, and they're trying to cremate him. And then that snaps him out of it, and he's back in the real world, and he's alive. He's happy to be alive. Except there's Bobcat.
He hugs Bobcat and is like so happy to see him, like kind of takes the gun out of his hand, but not like in an aggressive way. And he like blows a raspberry on his stomach.
Yeah.
And he says, "That's my thing. I'm going to start doing that to everyone."
Yeah.
That's another moment that was like, that was gold to me.
Yeah.
I think that like that really got me where it's like, that's my thing now. I'm going to start doing that to everybody. It's like, that's just so good. It's just,
And then they take over the broadcast. The special is almost done, and then Frank Cross is on TV, and Bobcat holds up the control booth so nobody can tune out. And Frank basically at that point, to be fair, as much as I love this movie, the movie then pretty much the plot's over at that point. Like the movie just kind of goes into free fall. We lose all steam because now it's like a 15-minute monologue where Frank's just like, hey, just like improving.
I'm happy to be alive.
Happy to be alive. Here's the meaning of Christmas. And he's just like talking to the viewers at home.
Yeah. And then the transition, there's like a hilarious moment though, where the transition to like, why aren't we partying? Why aren't you partying up there in the control deck? And he's like, get him partying. And then Bobcat's like, everybody party. And there's the one lady who like kind of starts doing this little dance, but she's terrified.
Yeah,
Bobcat
in the
still has his
foreground,
gun. She's like, oh.
Because he just fired the gun. And you hear like a gun go off in the background. Yeah, she's like sitting in the foreground. She's like,
she's like moving her hands. It's so good. That movie's great. Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, so we do that and he monologues for a while. And then like the president of the company is going to fire him, but then he calls in and Bobcat answers the thing. And he's like, oh yeah, that other guy, it was his idea to put him on. He also says you're a flatulating butthead. And, you know, he's never really felt that way about a man before, but he likes you in a certain way.
That's so good.
And then Frank addresses Claire and she rushes down. I don't know how far away, apparently, not too far. Her homeless shelter can't be that far from the IBC.
Well, she
network.
gets picked up by the Ghost of Christmas.
Oh, that's right. Because then he's like, which floor?
He's like, what floor?
Yeah. Which apparently she thought nothing of, apparently.
And then yeah.
So she's like teleported there, I guess. And she shows up and then he pulls her on camera and then they kiss. And now it's put a little love in your heart. And then everybody sings and then it's just more improv. And then the movie's over. And then Bill Murray starts just like
and the
talking.
Ghosts are like dancing on the top of the, and I thought that was really funny.
He's like talking to the audience at that point. And then like that's just the credits and then we're done.
Yeah.
So that's Scrooged.
Yeah. That was the movie. We did a good play-by-play.
Barely.
I
feel like no one knows what the heck happened. I feel like we used almost no names, gave almost no setups to things, and we're like,
and then
oh yeah, and then they said this,
and then
right, and then
but
they
it's
did
fun.
that.
it's fun. If you've seen the movie, you know, and if you
Right.
haven't, and you're choosing just to listen to us,
Well, then
respect.
you make better choices in your life.
I got respect. No, I got respect for that.
I don't. It makes me mad.
Listen to the show where we don't respect you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways.
Hey, buzz off, okay? And don't even, I don't want to see you around here anymore, okay?
We don't take kindly to your.
No, we don't
your
take kindly to your
type.
kind.
It's redundant, but it's true. So, okay. So,
yeah, Andy,
how
thoughts?
did this movie make me feel? I think so. In contrasting this with, I mean, like I said, my disclaimer earlier. In contrasting this with like, the movie that I love, that I'm Raising Arizona. I was blanking on the name of. You really see when people talk about like, oh, it really introduced that you could like shoot things differently in a comedy, because in this we're back to and continuing just like kind of a blockbuster look.
Yeah.
So there wasn't anything like crazy there. I liked the practical effects. When the first ghost showed up, I was like, okay, this is what we're doing, and I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Because I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't look at anything going into this. And I was all in. Soundtrack was cool at times. I think I really noticed it in the opening, and that was probably it, honestly, of like times where I was like, whoa. Characters are fun. I mean, at the end of the day, the production of the film, I think, explains a lot and kind of like translates now that I know it. I don't know if I would have like gone knowing it's Bill Murray. I think I would have guessed it was heavily improvised.
Right.
But I think that like that kind of puts it in perspective that's kind of what it feels like, for better for worse, right? I like it, but it's like this is a very improvised movie from very funny people. So like it's not
you're
like,
in good hands.
They're not throwing this together, but it is improvised, and because it's so rapid fire. I think that's part of what almost like shows the hand, because there's like on one side, and I hate to just keep comparing it to Raising Arizona because they're so different, but it's just categorically different. But like when we talk about Raising Arizona, we talked about how it was like rich dialogue, and even the small moments. There's not even really small moments in this movie because it's so much like funny. Or
It's just
like
swinging for the fences.
Or it's just like kind of very mundane, obvious dialogue. So, but I thought it was quite enjoyable. I had a good time watching it.
I'm a fan of the production value of the film. It had a bigger budget than it probably had any business having. It had like a 30-something million dollar budget, which that's 1980s 30 million. So that's more like 50 or 60 today, which is kind of unheard of for a comedy. It's a pretty big budget for a comedy. And I think it even had a slightly bigger budget than Ghostbusters, if I'm not mistaken. And I like the look of the film. Richard Donner tends to shoot very kind of loose and with like multiple cameras. And when you're doing improv, you need multiple cameras so you can catch all of that. And I think that maintains the tone. Like it feels very spontaneous. It feels very lived in. And it's one of those movies that you can keep finding new things when you rewatch it. I mean, I've thought about it, and including Sunday, rewatching it, I think I've seen this movie or Groundhog Day, or maybe both of them, more than any other film in my life, because they were always on TV and I'd see them once a year. And I'm however many years old I am. So I've seen both this and Groundhog Day at least 20 times, if not 28 times. Like ever since I can remember, they've been on TV, and Scrooged was always on at Christmas. So I think I've seen Scrooged definitely 24 times, if not more.
Wow.
And you just kind of notice new things each time. And this time watching it, I noticed a lot of like continuity errors that you don't catch, but that don't hurt it. But it's just like, oh, I didn't see that before. I didn't notice this or that, or just little lines of dialogue that I didn't catch. So
things that take 20 times watching
Yeah,
the movie together.
yeah. Exactly.
So, but yeah, I found it a really enjoyable experience. It was a good time. It was a good time watching this movie. Uh, is there anything else you want to make sure you add in our conversation before we get to
I think
wrapping
that's
it up?
basically it. I think that's it. I mean, we hit all the big points. We hit the practical effects. We hit the production. We hit improv. We hit Karen Allen. We hit all that. So I think we can get to our rating now.
Okay, so I liked it.
Mhm.
Subjectively, I liked it a good deal. Giving it a rating, I think I gotta land at like a 6.5.
Mhm.
It's in that like it's a good movie, two
Yeah.
thumbs up, but nothing mind blowing. Technically, it's really good. I mean, I saw no problems. Nothing was like ew. Nothing made me go ew.
Mhm.
Um, it was a thoroughly enjoyable movie. And I'd probably like. It's a movie I want to make sure other people I know have seen. I
Right.
don't know if they all have. So six and a
It's
half for
it's
me.
shocking to me that you haven't seen it or that there are people you know who might not have seen it.
I mean, maybe there's not. Maybe I am the one person who, until now, has not seen Scrooged.
Maybe, but I mean, I guess also to be fair, the I'm going to say it, the younger generation.
Ah,
Yeah, the younger generation, this I saw this because it was on TV a lot. The younger generation, you guys were coming up around the time when TV proper was starting to disappear and it was starting to become streaming. And at that point, you don't have programming. So if you don't know something exists, then you don't watch it. So I know that there's definitely people younger than you who've never seen this movie for sure. Um, anyway, just
yeah.
an odd
Well,
observation.
yeah. I will. I'll put out a survey and we'll
Yeah.
report back.
Ask
Classic.
local historian Jack Prochaska if he's seen
Yeah. I'll ask the local
it.
historian. I'll ask other people.
Former
I'll
candidate to the stars for
Joshua
yeah,
Melavasic,
yes.
uh, basketball icon, name sharer Mark Price.
There we go.
He's got other things going for him too, I guess. Um, but yeah, 6.5. What's your rating for the movie?
So mine is a solid 7. Um, it's one of the few Christmas movies I actually like, so it kind of rates higher because it's a Christmas movie that works. It's nostalgic for me, so it has higher points, and I think it thoroughly holds its place as a classic. I think it's established itself. So again, in our book, a classic is anything over a 7. So I'd give it a 7. I might even give it like a 7.2. If I was being real generous, 7.5, but I know that of all the Bill Murray comedies, this one, this one is the second best. So yeah, I mean, anywhere between a 7.2 and a 7.5 for me. So
That's fair. That's fair. Well, I have to say it. I don't think it has my heart,
I know.
but we'll see. But we'll
Yeah.
see. I like how you know. And how
Mhm.
about you yourself?
It has
I mean,
my
you've
heart.
seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've seen it a
I've
billion
seen it
times.
enough. So yeah, it has my heart.
That's fair. I can respect it. Well, that's been our show, and
Mhm.
from all of us here on staff and on stage at The Only Problem,
Mhm.
we want to wish you and yours a Merry Christmas.
But before we do that, what am I watching?
I don't know.
Do we have to decide this off air?
No, we can decide now. Um, I just didn't think I'm not as confident as normal. There's no shot you've watched Stranger Things season 5 volume 1 by next week. You only got to watch 2 more long episodes.
I will have seen the last 2 episodes by either Thursday or Friday.
Do we want to Thursday or Friday of this week?
Yeah.
Do we want to milk Stranger Things season 5 for all we can?
We could. I feel like that would be something that would get us into like a multi-part episode.
Yeah, a multiverse.
Yeah.
Then let's
Like
try to do Stranger Things
I feel
season
like
5 volume
wouldn't
1.
wouldn't that take like 2 or 3 episodes to go? Like if we cover 2 episodes per episode, that'll take us 2 episodes to get through Stranger Things.
We don't need to do 2 episodes per episode though, because we can just do the volumes they're
Oh, we
releasing.
just talk about the volume as a whole?
Because there's, I mean, spoiler alert. I
Mhm.
think we can cover volume 1 in
In one.
an episode.
Yeah, you know, we probably can. It probably isn't. It's so far 2 episodes I could sum up in about a minute. So
Yeah, spoiler alert.
yeah. Okay, that works. We'll do the remainder of Stranger Things. And then
Yeah.
I already
Except
know
everybody dies.
except everybody dies. And then next week I already know what I'm recommending to you. So this will be easy. This will be simple.
Okay, I mean, we can, yeah, we'll do this. And because technically, because the formula, I've already seen it.
Yeah.
That doesn't really work, but we'll count it.
Yeah.
Or I
It
can come
works.
up with one in the meantime. But
Yeah.
that's, hey, Merry Christmas and the rest.
All that
From us.
jazz here
Yep,
at
the
only
problem.
with Santino and Andy at gmail.com. Okay. Bye everybody. Have a great Christmas. Don't bother me.
Hopefully Santino's not dead by the time we need to record the next
Yeah.
one.
Hopefully I'm not still sick.
Hopefully.
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 Are you still listening? What were you doing here?
Go celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
Or the rest of the holiday
Look,
season.
dude, get lost. I don't know.
We need to talk about some other stuff.
Yeah.
We need you to get out.
This conversation
Thank
is
you.
private.
This is about to be a private conversation.
So one thing that I was thinking that we could do,
I just feel so
Is-
alone.
I feel like they're still listening. Are we still recording?